Sudha from Miss Pink Shoes and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an in-depth tutorial on how to do your makeup when you have acne and acne scars, pigmentation, basically any kind of troubles going on to your skin. So I know there are a lot of people who actually want to wear makeup only at times when they have acne or acne scars because they don't feel confident or they just want to look a little more flawless. In no means am I trying to say that you need makeup to look flawless or you need makeup to get that confidence, but I do understand where you're coming from, and that's exactly why I'm doing this video, because there are a lot of people who buy a lot of makeup but don't know how to use it or don't land up buying the right products. So I'm going to be showing you guys what kind of products I like to use, how to make sure that it's safe for your skin, how to exactly use it and blend it, and to make sure how your makeup lasts and all of that. So yes, if you would like to know all of those amazing things and see a tutorial about it in depth stepwise, then please keep on watching. Alright, before I start out with my makeup, there are a couple of things that I want to run by you guys to give you sort of a clarity as to how I like working with when my skin has acne or scars or basically is troubled. So first thing, you want to make sure all your tools and whatever you're using to do your makeup is super clean and sanitary. First of all, hygiene comes first. No matter what, I always sanitize my brushes, but when I have acne or scars, I make sure that I double clean my brushes and double sanitize them. So all you have to do is add like a drop or two of Dettol or rubbing alcohol into the solution that you're using to clean your brushes. So I generally mix oil and any baby shampoo or a liquid soap to clean my brushes, and lately I've been adding a few drops of Dettol into it, so that just sanitizes your brushes and makes sure it's free from all germs. And you really want to do that when you have acne or scars or troubled skin. Second thing, if you're going to constantly dip your hand into a product, say I'm going to be using this concealer for my face, I'm going to constantly dip my hand into it, and what happens is that all the germs go back into the product. That just contaminates the product, but at the same time it will increase the chances of you getting allergy or anything bad from the makeup. So you want to make sure that you clean your product again by using rubbing alcohol. That just works amazingly. I have like bottles of rubbing alcohol because I use it to sanitize all my makeup products or to fix broken products or whatever. So just spray some of that on a tissue paper and open up your product and just swipe it clean like that. There is a little bit of product wastage, but it's totally worth it because it's going to be clean and sanitary as hell. So that's exactly what we want. So yeah, make sure you keep all of this in mind while you're doing your makeup with acne to make sure that you don't have trouble because of the makeup on your skin. The third thing, make sure you remove your makeup when you don't need it, because no matter how careful you are, makeup will cause a bit of irritation. It will spoil your skin further if you have already trouble going on. So make sure you clean your makeup to filth, double cleanse your skin, double wash your skin, do everything double to make sure that your skin is free and clean from makeup. So yes, now I'm going to jump into the makeup. So I always do my skincare routine before I start my makeup. So I'm done with that, and now I'm going to move on to priming. So generally I like using a silicone based primer or a pore covering primer. You guys, if you watch my videos, you should know that. But when I have acne, I always try to use aloe vera gel on my face because that works really well as a primer, and it does protect your skin from the makeup. So currently I'm using the Lakme 9 to 5 Natural Aqua Gel. Now this has been working really well. I quite like it, and this actually works as a great primer because right now I have a lot of these marks, and on a regular basis I like to use this. So I just take a little bit of that onto my fingers and just tap it into my skin. So this gives such a nice and cooling effect onto your skin to start out with. Your skin already feels so good, and of course it has amazing benefits of aloe vera, and it will protect your skin from makeup. So yeah, I'm just applying this all over my face to make sure that my skin is prepped and primed. You of course want to take it down your neck, and now I'm just tapping it into my skin, and I'm going to wait for a few minutes for it to soak in. The next step would be to color correct your skin. So I'll give you guys a basic brief about what color correcting is so you have a better understanding towards it. So it's basically using different color concealers like green and orange to color correct your skin and basically cut all of the other colors that you have on your face. So when you have acne or acne scars, they are generally red in color. Right now my marks have become a little dry, so few of the marks are brown in color, few are red, but my pigmentation is all brown. So these are like the different tones on your skin, and you want to make sure that your entire face is even toned. So when you apply a color corrector, it basically cuts that other color, the unnecessary color that you have, and when you apply your foundation, foundation or your concealer over top of that, it gives you a really nice even skin tone. This is like tried and tested and it really works. It might be like an extra step initially, but when you're doing makeup like this, it really can make a difference. So when you have red spots anywhere where there is redness, you use a green color corrector, and wherever you have dark spots, pigmentation, any sort of darkness going on, you use an orange color corrector. There are more color correctors like yellow and purple, but those I feel work better on skin tones that have a pink undertone. So people who are very pale or fair, or who have a very pink undertone, those color correctors work better. But for a yellow undertone skin, olive undertone skin, especially the kind of skin tone Indians have, these two color correctors work amazingly. So all the color correctors and the concealers that I'm going to be using today are by Kryolan. So they have a special range called Derma Color, which is dermatologically tested. It is perfectly okay to use them over acne because they will not spoil your skin. They are specially made for troubled skin. So no matter what kind of acne you have going on, they will not make it worse, and they will give you a really good coverage. So even my main base for today is from Kryolan Derma Color. I swear by this. I have been using this for years, and trust me guys, for acne these products are the best. I would never stress you guys to use a specific product unless I really saw it work, and I've been using them for years guys. They give you a flawless base, beautiful coverage, beautiful look, and at the same time it will not affect your skin, and it is pretty pocket friendly. So yeah, totally recommend you guys checking them out. And yeah, I'm of course going to demonstrate them so you'll get a better understanding of them again. Alright, I'm taking the green color corrector and I'm just picking it up with my finger like so, and I'm taking it over all of the red spots I have like so. You want to be a little precise with the placement of this, so you can use a brush, but today I'm going to use my finger. And now I'm just going to blend it out lightly with my fingers. So I'm making sure that I blend it out on the same place. I don't move it around, otherwise the whole purpose of color correcting sort of gets destroyed. Okay, now I'm picking up the orange color corrector, and this first is going to go around my mouth because there it looks like I have a mush. And now to my crazy dark circles. This is like the best way to cover dark circles flawlessly. I'm taking some onto my eyelids as well. And now again with my fingers, I'm just going to blend it out. So orange is relatively easier to work with because it is similar to the undertone that your skin has. So even if you overdo with orange, you can make it work, but of course try not to. Now the next step would be to set all of this, because if you just go over with your foundation or your concealer over this, the whole purpose of color correcting is lost. It's just going to mix with your products and it's not going to do anything. So you want to make sure you put a really light layer of a powder and set all of this so it does not really move. So I'm going to take the Kryolan loose powder in the shade TL2. I just realized all these Kryolan products work really well together, and that's why I totally recommend them. So I'm just going to pick it up with this powder brush and dust off all of the excess, and I'm just going to pat it onto all of the color corrected areas. Now you don't want to just swipe your brush because it's going to move your product, but at the same time you don't want to over apply, because if you over apply then it will make your face really cakey. So you want to go in with a really light hand and apply just a light layer, enough to set it into place. Now moving on to the foundation. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to be using the Kryolan Derma Color range, which is dermatologically tested, and it's great for acne and acne prone skin because it will not aggravate your acne. So this is actually a concealer, but you can totally use it all over your face. You just have to work with it and make sure you blend it in really well and set it in place really well. A lot of people shy away from this because they think it's really heavy duty. Well, it is, but if you blend it in place and you just give it a little time, it will make you look flawless without looking too cakey. So they come in two sizes. This is the big size, which is for rupees 1500, and this is the smaller size, which is for like 725. I would only recommend going for the bigger one because this has 30 grams. So for 1500 rupees you get 30 grams, and this is a 725 and it's just 5 grams, I think 4 grams. So yeah, economically this makes more sense. So try going for the bigger size if you have the budget for it. So the bigger one is in the shade D5 and the smaller one is in the shade DFD. Both are exactly the same. I actually don't know why they have two shades that look the same with just different shade numbers. Let me just show you guys. Like, they are literally the same exact colors, but they are just different shade numbers. Both the shades work perfectly. So if you're somebody who has my skin tone, you can go for either of the shades. It will just work perfectly for you. Alright, now with this brush, I'm just picking up a product. It's one of those foundation slash face pack brushes. And I'm literally gonna paint this on my face. Like, it's so much fun doing this because I literally feel like I'm painting my face. And I'm also taking it to my eyelids and my under eyes because this of course is a concealer, so you can apply it every single place on your face. Now I'm taking my damp beauty blender and I'm going to start blending it out. So as I mentioned before, this does take a little time to blend. You really need to give it that time and finish it into your skin. But once you do that, it will give you amazing results. So now, a lot of people think makeup is magic and it can cover every single thing that you have. Well, it can give you that coverage, but when you have bumps on your skin, like right now I have so many bumps here, my bumps are not going to go because they are like 3D things on my face. So your bumps are always going to be there no matter what, but the best you can do is give them the same tone of your skin so they're not as visible as they would otherwise be. I'm going to take some more product and apply a little more on my under eyes because I feel like I didn't apply enough there, and I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, as you guys can see, it has given me this insane amount of coverage and now it doesn't even look like I have those many scars. So that is the magic of this product. So yes, moving on to the next step, which is setting your face. Now you want to make sure that you set your face in really well because we've used something that's super heavy duty. So I'm going to go back into the loose powder, which is from Kryolan that I used before. I'm going to pick it up with my beauty blender and I'm going to bake my makeup. So first I'm taking it to my under eyes. And also my eyelid because they crease really easily. And now I'm taking it to the other areas that I usually highlight, so it sets in place and at the same time I get that highlighted look. Alright, so baking is basically applying excess amount of loose powder on all of the areas that you want to set and highlight and let it sit there for a while so it really sets in your makeup and your makeup will not budge. So if you're somebody who has extremely oily skin or combination skin or someone who sweats a lot, baking is your best friend. But when you're using a product like this one, I would totally recommend baking because no matter what your skin type is, you don't want your makeup to crease, and yeah, this will make sure that it does not. So I'm going to let it sit onto my face for a while and I'm going to meanwhile contour my face so I don't waste my time. So today I'm going to be using the NYX matte bronzer for my face to contour. So generally when you're contouring, you want to try and avoid cream products because you already have such a heavy base going on. You don't want to lather up too much cream onto your face and just make your base move and not be okay. So yeah, that's why I'm using a powder contour. I would totally recommend using powder contour when you have acne going on, and again use something which is free from shimmer or any kind of slight sheen because that can really emphasize the texture of your skin. So I have a few scars here, and if I apply a bronzer which has shimmer in it, it will really emphasize the texture. So please avoid anything shimmery. So I'm picking it up with this Real Techniques brush and again tapping off the excess. With a really light hand, I'm going to place it because you don't want your base to move. So first I'm just applying the product, I'm not blending it. And now I'm just going to remove all of the excess product onto my hand, and in a tapping motion I'm going to start blending this out. So generally I would just go like that, but if I do that now, my base is going to move. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. It does take a lot longer, but you really have to give it that time if you want that perfect sculpted look. On my chin, I'm just going to do my usual thing because there I'm not really worried about the base moving. I'm taking a little bit of that powder and going on the sides of my face as well because I've been really enjoying doing that lately. And on my forehead, again, I'm going in short circular strokes to blend it out easily without moving my base. Alright, now I'm going to dust off my bake, but while I do that, I'm not really going to dust it fully off. I'm just going to spread it like that so the rest of my forehead sort of sets in place, but it does not have too much powder going on. So this way you don't really waste the powder that you have on your face by just dusting it off. You're actually setting the rest of your face with it. On the cheeks, you want to stop it where your contour starts and again just bring it down to your smile lines because your smile lines are where you will crease a lot. Again, I know my face looks kind of powdery and a bit too much, but don't worry, it will totally settle down in some time. Alright, now I feel like I want to add a little more bronziness to this look. So I'm just going to take a little more of that powder and go in the same tapping motion that I did before. With a smaller blending brush, I've just taken the bronzer and I'm just contouring my nose like I normally would. Moving on to blush, again, you want to make sure that you stay away from anything that's shimmery because you don't want it to emphasize the texture of your skin, and try avoiding cream blushes because again, you need to work it in, you may move your base, it's not a risk worth taking. So for blush, I'm going to be using the Miss Claire blusher. This is in the code 13 and it's one of my favoriteest blushes ever because it's a really nice hot pink blush, but it's something that looks great on deeper skin tones, and yeah, even on my skin tone, I love this blush. I'm picking it up with a stippling brush. So a stippling brush is mainly used for the base, but I just hate using this for my foundation. I think it does such a terrible job, but with a blush, I just love how it works because it gives you such a nice lightweight blush. Like you just go in with such a small amount and you can totally build it up or down, and I like to keep my blush really natural, so this just works perfectly for me. So I'm just going in short circular strokes and I'm just applying a bit of this, and just see in like 4 or 5 strokes I have my blush applied without any hassle and in just the perfect spot. And now taking my beauty blender with the lightest possible hand, I'm just going over that blush and blending it a little bit into the skin and into my contour. So again, if you have too much redness going on and if you cannot color correct, then please don't apply too much blush because it will just look like your acne has spread. Like I've seen a lot of people do that and it looks really weird because it just makes your skin look bad. So if you are color correcting and if you have a flawless even tone, then go for this amount of blush. Otherwise, just avoid the blush or use a really minimal amount so it does not look weird. Okay, moving on to highlighting. Again, you want to take something that has a very smooth texture, something that's not too gritty. Otherwise, it will emphasize the texture of your skin. So usually it's really rare to get pimples onto the cheekbones. Exactly on the cheekbones, very few people get it. Like I've never seen anyone get it. But if you are the kind of person who gets it, try using the least glittery highlighter that you have and go for something which has a more metallic finish. And I personally love a metallic highlighter because it gives you that glow without looking like you have a highlighter on. So yeah, as much as I ask you guys to stay away from cream products for your blush and your contour, you can totally consider using a cream highlighter because it's just for a small area, so it's easy to work with and it gives that metallic look rather than that gritty glittery look, so it will not emphasize the texture of your skin. So one of my favoriteest highlighters is the YBP X Shreya Jain color cream. Like I love this highlighter especially for acne skin because it does not emphasize the texture of your skin and gives you such a beautiful glow. So I'm just taking a bit of this on the back of my hand. Usually I would directly apply this, but since I have a heavy base and a lot of acne, I want to go really like slow with this. So I'm taking it with my finger and just applying like 3 dots. That's about it. Taking it to the tip of my nose, a little bit in between my brows, Cupid's bow and chin. And now with my fingers, I'm gonna blend this out. You can use a brush, but as I mentioned, I don't want to ruin my base, so I'm using my fingers. And see the glow it gives, but it does not have that grittiness or it does not emphasize your texture. And that's why I love this. Alright, now I'm going to use a powder highlighter from Wet n Wild. This is a Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals to set all of the highlighted areas. Now, if you have acne on those cheekbones or any areas that you highlight, avoid this step because this will emphasize your texture a little. But if you don't, then you can totally go ahead with this because you do need to set in your cream highlighter for it to last longer. So I'm taking a really thin fan brush because it will give me a really light pressure and again won't disturb my base. Taking the smallest amount and just like tapping it like that because I just want to set it in place. And whatever's left, I'm just taking it above my brow bone to just make it a little more highlighted. So there, my base makeup is all done and I'm personally loving it. I'm gonna just do the rest of my face and be right back. Alright, I'm done with the rest of my face. I just have one step left and that is really key, especially when you have such a heavy base going on and you have so much going on. What you want to do is set your face using a makeup fixing spray. Now if you want that nice dewy rich look, then go for a dewy makeup spray. It will really help in making your makeup look not so matte. But today I want to go for a really matte look, so I'm going to take the Miss Claire Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray, and this is a really good setting spray, and I'm just going to spritz it all over my face to make sure that everything is just sealed and set. And there, we are all done. So guys, that was it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys liked it and it was useful and helpful. Do share it with your friends, your family, whoever you think will benefit out of this video, and give it a huge thumbs up if you liked it. And also guys, subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching guys. Bye.